Now let's see if that went through. It did!
Huzzah.
I will say that Gunlance is kind of cool looking, though.
Gunlance
I
is
do
pretty
like that.
cool. A little bit complicated. Actually, you know what? I think regular Lance is probably what you're looking for.
A regular Lance? Okay.
Regular Lance is super easy to learn, very simple. You're just a tank. You're just the tank. You have an ability that no other shield weapon has, where you can just hunker down and tank shit.
Hey, dude, that takes us back to playing Aeon. Remember when you played the Berserker and I played the Lancer? I was the anvil and you were the hammer.
Oh yes. What is up with the resolution on this? Oh, it fixed itself.
What the?
Oh, it's an ad. Forgot what those.
Dude,
look
it was so funny when we fought that vampire in Ion, where like he was doing his speech, and we could interrupt his speech. And I remember you hit him with a fully charged double axe hit, and you went, "Shut up!" And we were both drunk, and we were just going, just beating his ass on the ground.
It's true.
You gotta understand, me and Connor are just two cavemen when we play games together.
Oh yeah. Drooling morons with unlimited power.
It's true. It's so true.
And it won't change anytime soon.
I might have to practice that with Lance. If I remember right, you have a special move with Lance where you become a car.
Yeah, you could just start running. And you don't stop.
That's so fun, actually.
That's right, Zen. Guh and he adventurers at large.
We're the best, worst people in the adventurer guilds.
It's true. It's true. But that's neither here nor there. What is here right now is Gateway.
Gateway!
We're doing it. We're back at it, everybody.
And I'm here, but I'm eating a sandwich, so I don't want to subject you to that. Mute!
Yummers. I kind of had a sandwich. It was spaghetti.
That's not a... Wait, huh? Huh? Want to run that one back?
Anyway.
It's a deconstructed tomato sandwich.
There you go.
I've had a
Basically a
sandwich
BLT.
that was where the buns were put together noodles, so it can't be a sandwich then.
Oh, I've seen those. But yes. Food-related escapades aside, welcome back, everybody, once again, to another episode of Gateway, and this one, I think, is going to be very special.
Wowee.
Yes. So before we get into that, let's go around the horn and introduce ourselves, starting with my very good friend, Fringe Type.
Hello, everybody. My name is Fringe Type. You can find me on twitch.tv/Fringe Type. I'm going to be changing my schedule going in the next couple of months. I'm going to be streaming Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is what I'm going to be doing. And the reason I'm doing that is so I can go ahead and just take a couple days off so I can go ahead and just like wake up early for my job. Because I work Tuesday and Wednesday at a warehouse, and I work at 5 in the morning. So... No, it's great. You have not had a great breakfast. You had the $4 Circle K breakfast sandwich, hash brown, and a coffee for $4. Dude, it's the best thing ever.
Nothing hits quite like gas station breakfast sandwich.
Dude, to me, it's like gold. It's just fresh gold. So I've been doing that. Also, I stream horror games. I stream retro games and a lot of different games. Currently, I've been trying to play Monster Hunter Rise off stream. We're going to go ahead and see how that works. And I've been talking about my friends about... I'm horrible at every Monster Hunter game, so I've been trying to find a decent weapon to just pick up and play in Monster Hunter. But aside from Monster Hunter, I've also been playing things like Scars Above. We just finished that. I also play games like Pacific Rise, Crab Champions, Path of Acra, Path of Exile. Castlevania games. That's like my wheelhouse. Balatro on occasion. I love Balatro. If you want to go ahead and see that, come to twitch.tv/fringetype. I'm also a writer, and I often talk about things I have written. Oh my god, even now people are giving me suggestions. I love everybody I talk to about this. Charge Blade, Sword and Shield. I heard Lance from you, Hunter, Hammer from Mizuki, Great Sword and Shield. Yeah, there's a lot of different weapons, and I'm definitely gonna go ahead and experiment with all of them, see what I can find that just works well for me. Because I like just being an irascible pile of garbage when I'm in front of a monster. I like tanking. So I'm gonna probably do that. So yeah, like I said, I'm a writer. I'm like Alvin Wake. My name is Fringe Type, and I'm a writer. So like I often talk about things I've written. Current thing I'm doing, I just finished the second draft of my horror RPG. Literal thing that's happening. It's over 300 pages long.
Crazy.
Yeah, I'm also working on concept art for it. I'm probably going to be doing a couple of streams for the next couple of weeks where I just show off art that I'm doing for it. And I'm also going to go ahead and show off just writing I've done for it. I don't know if it's going to be the most visual thing for people to like, but it's something I'm really liking. There's also a thing I'm going to be doing later on. I've written 5 episodes for it right now. I'm going to look for people to voice them as time goes on. But I was inspired a couple of days ago when I was really sick. I had the flu a couple weeks ago. That's kind of why I sound a little hoarse. Of radio plays. My grandfather loved radio plays. And so I was listening to him and I was like, because he had vinyls of old radio plays. And I was just like, I think I could really do this. So I've been writing some radio plays that kind of play out like sci-fi, like horror shows, like think of things like The Twilight Zone, shit like that. And I've been looking at just like what royalty-free music can I use for it. I've actually got things can I do for it.
I've actually got a friend, someone who's directed me during a lot of projects that actually does that stuff. I might put you in contact.
I would love that. I would love to go ahead and write for a person like that. I would definitely, but I'm definitely working on a series of radio plays as well. And I might show off a couple of, episodes of that as well. So if you want to go ahead and just see a writer play like retro games of yesteryear, horror games or whatnot, I definitely like to go ahead and just show you what I got. I'm constantly trying to go ahead and find different ways to go ahead and just like put my foot forward through the door of the entertainment industry. So if you want to go ahead and see that, come to twitch.tv/fringetype. Like I said, I'm going to be doing I'm going to be changing my schedule from Thursday to Friday the next couple of weeks. Not Thursday, Friday, Thursday through Sunday. That's what I meant to say. Oh, French. And I'm also doing a donathon right now to go ahead and help out a lot of financial things happening in my life. So just come on down and I'll do my best to entertain you. That's me. You have yourself a good day.
Right on.
Thank you, buddy.
Up next, we've got Lanny Pator.
That's me. Hi, I'm Lanny. I'm an actor. I do other things too. But if you want to find me on a day-to-day basis, I'm streaming. Been playing a lot of Marvel Rivals. Also Kingdom Come 2 Deliverance. Both very fun games that, I like to chill out with at the end of the day. While I'm working on lots of things the rest of the day. So, if you want to hang out with me, tune on in. I stream most weekday nights, some weekend nights, possibly even tomorrow night. Yeah, what do you think of that? Anyway, that's me. Enjoy the show.
Excellent. Excellent. And up next we have a currently eating Sarah Ann Williams, I believe.
I got Doritos.
Feasting.
Oh shit, give me a second. There's a loud bang outside my apartment. I'll be right back.
Oh shit, that was me.
It was me.
That was
Damn
you.
it.
You're outside my door. I'll find out.
We're here, Fringle. We're here for you. Nacho, obviously, classic flavor. Side note, I realized in England they don't have nacho flavored Doritos. I think they have the chingy cheese. I don't think they taste the same. But they also have basically blank Doritos, which is just a tortilla chip.
Yeah, just the tortilla. Yeah, just the Dorito corn chip.
Which makes sense out there because they don't really have tortilla chips that much, so it makes sense why they would bother. Anyway, excuse me.
That Mexican food, isn't it?
Isn't it?
Yummers.
Oh, I love them Ortegas. The sauce packets. It's so nice.
Well, we get Mexican food when we got Nando's. I think this is more Australian / South African, but whatever.
Cheeky Nando's.
Yeah, I want to say a little Kiwi.
I was picking up what you were putting down.
It's a little Kiwi. Yeah.
No kiwi.
I'm on Blue Sky and YouTube at Sarah with an H, with an Willia. There's so much I can't talk about right now because the strike is still going. Blah blah blah.
Yeah. I moved out at the right time.
I am currently in Texas doing an event in Big Spring tomorrow, and then I'll be able to go home. Just signing stuff. Otherwise, yeah, it's just it's streaming with Rabbit on. Fringe.
Frabbit.
Frabbit.
I say Fribbit to bridge the gap, but I'm trying to remember. Oh God, now Phil's pinging me. What did I forget?
It's Fringe.
Okay, yeah. I am Sarah Williams, author, dreamweaver, visionary, plus actor. Anyway. Yeah, that's me.
Excellent.
Mute.
And up next we got Xanalis Grimm.
That's me, Zan. They say 3rd time's a charm, but I decided in the course of 4 years to move a total of 6 times. Hopefully this one will stick. So I'm going to be pretty busy the next coming 2 weeks or so. That being said, you can still catch me tomorrow over on Burnout Vaughn's channel for some more Those Who Wander. That'll be around 2:30 PST. Then on Tuesday for some more Vecna Eve of Ruin. I think at 1 p.m. PST.
Actually, this week we are not doing Eve of Ruin. Mark is...
You know what? I lied. We're not doing that. So I suppose the only other thing that you can catch me on is if you are going to a funny convention later on this month, I will also be there. So if you want to stop on by, say hi. But that's it for me.
Excellent. And I suppose that just leaves me.
Sure does.
They can find me on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Tumblr, Blue Sky, at Distortion Devil, Instagram, at Connor McKinley VA. And you can find all of my TTRPG shenanigans, including VODs of games I run or play in, as well as videos, essays, stuff like that, over youtube.com/Devils and Dice Rolls, where I will be very soon here recording my first actual video, my first real piece of content. So
I'm proud of you.
Stay tuned. Yeah, I've been working really hard on it, but I'm finally
getting out of the fake content, huh?
It's true. Maybe YouTube will finally recognize me in April. But that's neither here nor there. YouTube.com/Devils and Dice Rolls. Patreon.com/Devils and Dice Rolls if you feel like maybe contributing a little bit to the process and maybe getting some extra added benefits. I'm going to be doing... I'm going to be trying to do monthly VR chat meetups, and just talk about whatever. But yes.
That was fun.
Yeah. VR chat's great. But that's about it for me. This episode of Gateway was brought to you in part by Die Hard Dice.
Die Hard Dice! I asked about what that bang was outside, and my neighbor's truck kickbacked.
I see.
Part of the bang was Die Hard Dice.
Oh, that's what it was! It wasn't my neighbor's truck kickbacking. It was Die Hard Dice. That's right. Connor, tell me about Die Hard Dice.
It was Die Hard Dice giving
us
it was Die Hard Dice giving us a kickback.
That's
Yeah!
true. That's true.
Better.
Fringe's neighbor has a truckload of Die Hard dice. That's right, Die Hard
It's
dice.
true.
Your one-stop shop for dice and dice accessories. Get on over to dieharddice.com, like Rabbit's neighbor did, Frabbit. Fringe. You can use the code Unexpectables to save 10% when you shop at dieharddice.com.
Oh my gosh!
As well, check out our merch store. We've got all sorts of fantastic designs that can come in all sorts of fantastic products. Bring them to us. We'll sign them.
I will sign them by actually putting on whatever shade of lipstick you want and kissing the piece of art you want.
You gotta find me first.
It's true.
Oh no! I'll bimbo the shit up. I will totally just like
one place.
His apartment.
I'll give it a big ol' smooch.
It's yours if you can find him.
It's yours, my friend, as long as you have enough rubies.
No, just landing out in the middle of nowhere, just making his wizard ale.
Yeah, try some.
Mighty owls.
We also couldn't do this week in, week out without bits and subs from viewers like you.
And subs.
Bits and subs. Cajun Blake, thank you for the follow. Thortron 6000, thank you for the for the 1050 bits. You know what they say about Gateway? It just works. It's true.
It's true.
You can see the god rays.
Wow.
Nature Lemon, thank you for the 8 months. Yippee! Finally got to watch/listen to Gateway live. Haven't been able to yet on account of my work schedule, so to be able to watch this today is quite the treat for me. Can't wait to watch the chaos inevitably unfold. Oh, don't worry.
It's a treat to have you.
Oh, don't worry. It's going to be very, very intriguing. Darky Arts, thank you for the 59 months. Gateway. Slapbox King Koss, thank you for the resub of Prime for 2 months. And thank you all collectively for the hype trade.
Choo-choo.
Right. Well. With that, are we ready to get started?
Let's fucking go!
Yeah.
I am sated.
Excellent.
Ugh.
Shut the fuck up, Bill Brown and his brownies.
Oh, I like brownies, though.
Please tell me that name isn't as racist as I'm assuming it is, given in
It-
old-timey jazz.
No,
It
they're
might
actually
be,
just
but
they're
who
actually
knows?
just
Okay.
no, they're actually just fake creatures.
Ah.
You know, like the brownies. Yeah, just like Reggie Red and his red caps. Like, you know, it's like,
I got an incredible visual off of that. Thank you very much.
dude, you're so great.
Just
So
an
valid.
old-timey photo of just like small woodland critters stringing up like violins and shit.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
This is getting depressing.
Bill Brown's like, yeah, just every night they just come and clean my house.
And I was just like, hey, you guys know any music? And they all pulled out fucking violins. It was amazing.
Yes. I hope you're ready.
Oh, I think I am.
It's always fun trying to find the music track. There it is.
Oh, yes.
When last we left the runaways, Apex the Wildman, Louise the Scavenger, Alvin the Mechanic, and Theo the Combat Medic. They had infiltrated the Gold Tower at Westport Plaza under the guise of workers and members of the family. The runaways worked with Louise's old enemy Barry and the old mayor of Westport, Delilah Woods, to oust the current mayor, Deuce, from his position, and thus liberate the town. Oh, is it cutting up? Is my voice cutting up? Excellent. I fucking love using this program.
I don't
For the record,
You
it
were
wasn't
sounded
for
fine
us.
for us.
Yeah.
It's not fun
Well,
for us.
I don't hear any music.
Yeah.
I hear music. I hear music. I don't know what's going on.
Your tab might be muted.
After a tense evening of subterfuge, they finally have everything they need to see this plan to completion. Now, as the early hours of the morning settle in on the day of Big O's execution, what will happen as the dust settles on this arc finale of Gateway?
So it is still night, technically. You all have not gone to bed yet. You begin to filter back to the
Apex is just
Pondside
like-
Hotel.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, Apex is just slick with sweat the entire walk back.
Y'all doing okay?
I have another bullet in me.
Oh, God's sake.
Yeah, that'll
Shit.
happen.
Well,
Look,
I
we'll
think...
get you inside. I got some rubbing alcohol. I can get that bullet out you. Don't you worry.
All right. I mean, I know you can shrug it off, but like, it's still scary, you know?
I wasn't even being careless. I mean, he was faster than I expected, but I could have avoided it. But if they heard, it would have alerted them, and it would have put everyone else in danger.
Well, if it's any consolation there, Alvin, you should have seen the other guy.
Oh, what happened to the other guy?
He's alive.
Oh, well, that's reassuring.
Mm-hmm.
Apex goes quiet.
I hope he remembers. I hope he remembers basic mathematics.
What? Fuck it, that was in character.
All things considered, I think we did pretty well. Could have gone a lot worse than it did.
I wasn't sure about the end of that, but yeah.
Well, I gotta say, I have to admit personally when I'm wrong, and I didn't think we could trust that Barry fella, but came in through.
I wouldn't say you could, just in this case. Well, let's get Big O out of the clink and, well, out of the noose, as it were, and then we'll... She just looks frustrated, but yeah, hopefully you get what she means.
Yeah, fair enough. First things first, though. Let's get this bullet and shrapnel outside of... outside of the body, where it's supposed to be.
Do you have an ability for this?
He does have field medic.
Okay, that would probably
And-
apply here.
Yeah. Are you actually wounded, or is this just...
You see, as I kind of undress, there is a cloth bandage that I've made out of various bits of that other dude's clothes, kind of wrapped around my waist. Blood is probably spotting through it by now, but as I remove that, the freshly burned, rusted, stapled scar of a bullet wound sits there. Not necessarily bleeding super bad, but any amount of jostling that I have just done just by walking has surely opened something.
Okay.
It looks bad.
We are going to try and field medic. That's a 9, so you heal 1.
Alright, I basically like bite down on something as you cut into me to try to get the bullet out.
Kind of digging around, getting bits and pieces, hoping for kind of hoping the bullet didn't like shatter into many pieces. You'll pull the thing out and change out get rid of the old bandaging, kind of press together the wound the best he can and get a new bandage on there.
Apex is just like grabbing at anything any sturdy surface he can like hold on to like grip. His toes are clenching. He refuses anesthetic, by the way.
Then Theo will take the medics for himself.
Just like,
Keep
well,
your hands
can't go
steady.
to waste. It's 2 a.m. somewhere.
Considering we don't necessarily have a proper operating table, probably the best I can do at the moment. Sorry about that.
It's fine. I take a stim pack out of my bag and jab myself to get myself back up to full. I'll live. Thank you.
Of course. It still hurts by tomorrow or starts smelling real bad, like real bad. Let me know.
I sniff.
It smells like blood.
Smells normal.
Oh, well, that's good. But we want to try and rush towards this fella that's all locked up now, or do we want to take it easy for at least a little while?
I'd like to hear how this operation went. When are we reconnecting with Delilah and Barry?
Yeah, it should be in the next couple little while. They probably gotta snake their own ways back over to home base, as it were.
I mean, I assume we just go back to the hotel and wait for one of them to come get us.
We're
Or
at the hotel, right? I didn't just get dressed in the middle of the street.
I was gonna ask, it's like I wasn't sure we'd actually got back.
No,
you're at the hotel. If you did this in the street, there would be a chance for someone to spot you out after.
Is that guy doing surgery?
It's a street performance, you plebeian.
Yeah, he's doing
Hey,
a street
I recognize
performance.
that blood anywhere. It's Apex's.
The street performance is called none of your fucking business. Keep walking.
Oh, shut the fuck up and leave me alone.
Some people gotta do what they gotta do. Fuck off, man.
Yeah. Contemporary artists.
Point man, hi!
What? That's fucking racist.
You're fucking
I'm just
racist.
some random ghoul.
Why do you think we all talk like this, smooth skin?
I'm sorry, all your ghoul voices sound like Point Man. I'm sorry, Connor, I'm sorry!
Oh my god!
Oh my fucking god.
You go tell Walton Goggins that to his face.
He's such an interesting man.
But yes, you are in the hotel. You're in the pond side.
Say, Louise,
Yeah.
anything else I should know about this Barry fella before we, finalize whatever business we got with him?
Sarah, you're muted.
Louise?
Louise.
Louise got that fortunate son look on her face.
Dick. Hello?
Hey, there we
I can hear
go.
you now.
I was like, I legit couldn't unmute. I was like, why is the mute signal then still there?
That happened to me earlier.
I don't know.
What the
It looked
H?
like my internet sort of went wonky for a second. I am on a hotel internet, so that might have been it. Anyway, sorry. Louise sort of looks askance down over, like, away. There is, let's say, a lot of history with me and Barry that I don't know if it's smart to get into right now. Okay, short version. Me and him had old partner now dead because Barry left me and him in a vault to die. That's the skull I carry around in my pack. Reaches in, pulls out. Phil. It's like, Phil, Theo, you've met. Right. Puts him back. That
Phil decays in acknowledgement.
That about a decent enough gist of it?
Yeah. I'm sorry that you got to deal with this individual as closely as you have to, I suppose. But if he left you both to die and sees you here now, I wonder why he's been so helpful.
That is one of the many questions I would like an answer to. I don't know. There's so many fucking ways I saw this fucking encounter going, and I don't know what to do right at the moment, and it's... Anyway, as I said, it's better if I focus on getting Big O out of the noose first before I think about that stuff too hard.
Of course. Didn't mean to pry.
You're good. I know, it's just... God, he pisses me off.
Apex, you got one of them comic issues you're working on?
You can see he's still, like, adjusting to his physical discomfort. Only in my head. My arms are too numb to draw right now.
He'll pull out his, like, strange little hacked device that he draws on. Describe what you're thinking. I'll sketch it down for you.
Maybe later.
All right, well, here if you need it. Just trying to get your mind off of, well, you know.
I kind of legit expected Apex to just be like, my arms are numb, I can't draw, but that won't stop me. And he just picks up a pen in his mouth and goes to work.
Apex actually looks incredibly pensive right now.
Oh.
Like, there's definitely something going through his mind.
You go ahead and hold. You go ahead and hold up. I'll go ahead and just play. Bedside Manner to Apex. It'll be fine.
All right, sounds good. And Theo will take a few steps outside and find a random garden plot of various grasses and dandelions to kind of pique his interest for a moment.
You find no such garden in the wasteland.
He'll pretend.
I'll go revel in nature. Stands outside. Nothing.
You settle for the dead bush that was right outside of the door of the hotel.
Jeb, no!
What about the place that the nice Russian lady had? She had the botanical gardens.
That's an anomaly.
But it's
very
there.
much an anomaly.
Louise will just sort of take herself, be like, I'm just gonna get out of this shit, and go take herself to the bathroom to change out of the costume.
Theo, as you're outside, you begin to see someone approaching from the darkness.
Theo will give this approaching individual his full attention.
As he continues walking towards you, you hear a familiar voice say, "Are the others inside?"
Recognizing it's Barry.
Yes, it is Barry.
Yeah, I suppose they are. Any issues thus far?
Not that I know of. Delilah's already here. She's waiting for us in her room. Presidential suite.
You know, I read these old books, talked about clovers, little green things that would sprout up. Could even survive nuclear radiation if you believe it. Supposedly find anywhere. Still never found one out here in the wasteland.
Okay. What does that have to do with the price of Brahmin?
Well, a lot of things supposed to be able to survive anything. A lot of people get comfy thinking they can survive anything. Survive long enough, I suppose. He's just gonna look towards Barry. Don't make like a clover now, eh?
I often try not to.
He'll nod and open the door and to escort him in.
He opens the door and walks past you, but he turns around. Then again, people who don't look out for themselves often go the way of the dodo. Another expression.
We all die, Mr. Barry. I choose to die not alone. And Theo will aggressively open the next door for him.
I'm gonna be I'm gonna be so fucking polite.
I cordially invite you inside.
After you, good sir.
And Theo will guide him towards the gang.
Yeah, he follows you towards the room. Like he knows where it is, but he just allows you to lead him.
He'll Theo will knock on the door. We got company. Shirts back on if you don't got them on.
All right. I wanted to have a talk with Apex before Barry came in.
Oh,
Yeah. While Theo and Barry were
having a polite
talking outside, meanwhile, in the room.
Oh yeah. Alvin's gonna go ahead and just check up on his tools and just work on a couple just maintain them while he's just sitting at the table looking over at Apex. You kind of look like me back in the day when a job didn't go right. Everything good?
You used to be a raider, right?
Unfortunately, yeah. I used to be the number 2 jet. Back in the White Razors. It was something a lot different back in the day. Why do you ask?
What was it that made you decide to stop killing to get what you wanted?
Oh, that's a hell of a story. He'll lean over. We've been together a lot these past couple of months, and I haven't really teamed up and bonded with people as much as Jet, and before that, and after that, Boss Man and Big O. Can I let you in on a secret?
I look left and right. Then I nod.
All right. My mama always told me about the pinky promise. And this might sound stupid, but he'll hold up his pinky. You pinky swear?
Apex nods and holds out his pinky.
He'll link a pinky with yours. All right, I appreciate it. This is a long ass story. But I'll try to give you the spark notes. From the way I talk and whatnot, would you believe I ain't from around here?
Yes.
Well, ain't you blunt as a sack of hammers? That's true. I ain't from around here per se. I'm from I'm from a different place, way out east. It's my pa and my ma and Jet's mom and pa and a bunch of other people came out from a place called what's it called? Appalachia, out east. And we settled here, and I won't bore you with all the details, but when I was left for dead after that raid, I thought of something my mama told me. Betty May. That's my mom's name, Betty May. Would you believe that my mama also used to be a raider? Kinda.
Understand that people need to survive.
But she was the same way. She was a hard, heavy fist fighter, and that's who I took after. She always told me I fought like her favorite song: left hand of iron, right hand of steel. Left one will get you, right hand will. But she always told me that there's a lot more than just living day to day. And that's why she shacked up with my daddy. I haven't thought of him in a dog's age until recently, with everything that's been happening and Johan and this job we had to do. You understand. My father's name was Homer. He was a hell of a builder. I would have loved for you to meet him, but that wasn't quite in the cards. We'll talk about my mama. My mama was a hot, heavy Spitfire out of Appalachia. Came up way north of a settlement called Flatwoods. She came up around a place called Grafton, and she was a hell of a fist fighter. But she always told me that the reason why she hung it up was that there was always something to strive for more than day to day. And when I was in that cafe with Big O having ice cream, I never even thought I'd even dream of, just things I saw outside of a Slocum Joe's kind of poster, that made me think of my mom and my dad, and hell, even Jet's mom and dad. Chemists, they were. Medicine people. I guess physics. And I thought maybe there's more than just trying to survive. And I swore to myself, once I got better and I got clean off of being hooked up on Psycho Buff. I told you about Psycho Buff, right? That was kind of my thing when I fought. So I couldn't feel anything, but I could still punch through basically a tank wall. That I'd go back to Jet and all the other White Raiders and tell them that there's a different way to do shit. Maybe we can make it like it was way back in the day. Maybe way back in the settlement we founded here back when we were kids. There's a lot of shit that happened here ages ago. And
So you decided that their lives were not worth taking?
No. Ain't no one's life worth taking unless you got a damn good reason for it. Unless they truly a monster, unless they just loathsome.
When I first started traveling, I killed because I felt I had to. Anything that got in my way, I needed to be stronger, better, the apex. That's what it meant to me, being the apex. The top of the food chain.
What does it mean to you now?
When I was facing that man, worried that everybody would go down if he made a noise. I have been shot 3 times, and yesterday was the 3rd. Yesterday was the first time I chose to be shot. And when I laid that man low, I could have taken his life, but something inside me wouldn't let me. I feel like being the apex isn't about being the best killer. It's about being able to choose for myself what happens. I won't give anyone else that power.
I think that's a damn noble ideal.
When we're done here, we need to take care of what we have to take care of, but I need to see Johann. I have
agree.
to face him one more time and...
What are you
look him
going to
in the
do about
eye.
a people? What are you going to do about a person like that who commands power you've only seen out of comic books?
I think there's more to him. And if there isn't, then I'll have to be the apex.
I know I'm mighty conflicted about a lot of shit in my life, but you want me to have your back when you go ahead and talk to Johann?
I look at you. Always. And I hold out my hand.
I'll take your hand and shake it. That's an absolute promise.
And at about this point, I feel like Barry would probably be in.
Knock,
me
knock.
too.
Got a visitor.
Oh, howdy.
Howdy yourself.
Oh, shit. Well, hey, Barry.
You.
How you been?
Well, that was fast. Pops out of the bathroom in her normal stuff now.
Hey, Lou.
I didn't like that nickname when we were actually friends, Barry. Don't start it again.
No, come on. It's like a whole theme. We're in St. Louis. Your name is Louise. The Lou. Nah, whatever.
She
I didn't come to make
squeezes the
small-
bridge of her nose really fucking hard. Just like, what's going on?
Whatever. I didn't come to make small talk anyway. Delilah wants to see us. All of us. She wants to know how the night went down. She was close, but she didn't really feel the need to make herself known. And now we gotta go debrief. So put your shirt on or whatever.
You good, Apex? I need more time.
I stand up shirtless. I'm good.
Okay.
Theo looks respectfully.
It's that picture with the guy with the really big pecs that look like boobs and just like side-eyeing them.
You're just describing me.
He's so stocky.
Good Lord, he looks like an Adonis with a skull mask.
And a big wound. What the fuck happened to you?
I got shot.
He is suddenly
to
like
muffle-
the jokey demeanor in his face and his mannerisms sort of falls away immediately. What?
I had to muffle the sound of the blast, so I used my body.
And you're sure no one heard?
A little late for that.
Did you see anybody moving? Did you see anybody questioning us on our way out?
No, I guess not.
Yes. I'm sure nobody heard.
Barry, I watched the whole thing go down through my scope. No one was alerted.
Sort of looks between Theo and Apex. All right, well. Come on. Delilah wants to see us. And he sort of jogs off.
All right, work. Let's go.
We follow.
You follow Barry. Every once in a while, Barry, he's got like quite a distance away from you all. And he'll just like look over his shoulder briefly, just every once in a while.
I'd like to read into that if I can, trying to figure out what he's trying to read, or if he's just trying to make sure we're following.
Sure. I guess that'd be wit.
I believe you're right. Habushka. That's a 9.
9?
Indeed.
You can probably tell pretty easily that he's a little on edge. You're not sure if it's something that happened or if it's something that he just always is like, but he is looking over his shoulder a lot.
I assume it's part of his paranoid nature, but I keep my steely gaze straight ahead on him as we're following.
Okay.
If he ever turns back, odds are he might lock eyes with Apex. Unless he's actively avoiding eye contact.
The Apex will see his soul.
He's there. His gaze never lingers for long. Just long enough to make sure that nobody's getting closer to him or drawing a weapon.
Baby.
Apex draw no. I don't need a weapon.
Takes out a pad and paper and draws a weapon.
Comic. Is this the thing that killed you?
Suddenly loading shotgun. Shame.
Eventually, you are led to the large, sort of salmon pink double doors of the presidential suite at the pond side. And there's a little intercom before the door. Barry pushes it. It's me. Come in, you hear in a usual smoky feminine voice that you could probably guess belongs to Delilah.
We enter.
You hear the door unlock and Barry opens it up and ushers you all inside. As you all file in, Barry closes the door behind him and locks it once more. Delilah, currently smoking a cigarette out of that long sort of black filter, releases a plume of smoke into the air and looks at you with the icy blue gaze. Is it done? Did you get the recording?
I look at Alvin.
Yes,
at
I
Alvin.
did. Yes, ma'am.
Good. What did he say? I'm curious.
Oh, you said a lot of things. One of the most major red flags I saw is, well, that whole diatribe he said at the end about what he was going to do with the city. Nothing good. He also said something about the slaves having rights. He's going to go ahead and revoke that and said that was the stupidest idea that you made.
If she had any response to that, it doesn't show on her face. Her whole body just sort of tenses, but her expression doesn't change.
Personally, didn't really know that you did that you did a whole lot to go ahead and make sure that the people under servitude went ahead and had the basic rights of human beings.
Well,
I guess there was a lot of things I didn't know personally, but that's
It wasn't
neither
ex-
here nor there.
it wasn't exactly like that, but then again, my hands were tied a lot of the time.
I guess that's a story for another time.
True.
That being said, there's a lot of damning, incarcerating stuff that that the man said. I'm hoping this should be enough to go ahead and spare Big O and possibly Toby Blunt from the chopping block.
Right. Toby. You just reminded me I have one more stop to make before the night is over for me. As for you all, maybe Toby was right about you after all. Color me impressed, runaways.
Well, shucks.
So, how's this gonna play out tomorrow?
Well, if my men are to be believed, there's a stage in the middle of town. We used to hold slave auctions there. I assume he's going to use it for another purpose. That is probably where they'll be bringing Big O. Fortunately for you all, your part in this is almost over. All I ask tomorrow is that you be in attendance. I think you'll have fun.
Oh, I definitely want to be there, just in case things go to shit.
Well, aside from all of that, I don't really have anything for you. She looks over all of you, wondering if you've questions for her.
So, should we be disguising ourselves again tomorrow? We're gonna go out in public and all.
Yeah, should we gotta make ourselves scarce or whatnot?
Come as you like, but try and make yourselves scarce. I'll give you a cue.
Raise his eyebrow. Okay.
Like I said, I think you'll be in for a treat tomorrow.
Tell me one thing.
Hmm?
You get your power back. What is it you intend to do with the people of this city?
Well, if tomorrow goes the way I'm hoping it goes, the family will be a distant memory by the end of tomorrow. And without the family, there will be no funds. No funds, no slaves. I suppose I make good on my promise and make our workers real citizens.
The family served as a enforcement wing in this area. Their methods for gathering funds were not good. But as a militaristic force, what will fill their vacuum?
I'm not sure. The White Razors, probably not. I hear they're across the river right now.
Oh, in truth, if you don't mind me speaking up, I got an idea.
It's not really my decision, but I'm curious.
Well, you know, power hates a vacuum, and attracts all sorts of types, of course, but luckily we have an in with somebody, or some buddies, that might be able to help fill that void. And Theo's going to take off his Brotherhood of Steel dog tags.
The Brotherhood. You think the Brotherhood would take over the arena?
I can't say if they take it over, but at the very least they can ease the transition of power if you need it.
I was a girl the last time the Brotherhood was relevant. I wonder.
I just heard stories about him.
You see Apex get nervous at the mention of this potential.
Well, like I said, it's not my decision. I have no jurisdiction over the arena or the family's dealings.
Of course, but if this if this home of yours becomes a bit of a gem within, well, wasteland around it, at the very least, Brotherhood support might be able to help both ways.
It's always been a gem. It just got a little smudge on it.
Yeah, all right.
Hmm.
With a
Cox
little
had
liberal
one thought.
application of polish, I'm sure we can
Louise-
get it.
Louise cocks the
Looking
head to
like
one
new.
side. I know the arena isn't exactly yours, but I mean, why wouldn't you have any say on who the new roughnecks in your town would be?
Well, there will be no roughnecks in my town after tomorrow.
Why did you have to say it so sinisterly?
That's just how she sounds.
She's femme fatale coded. What do you want?
Well,
Oh no, she's Dr. Howell coded. Is that what his name
Well,
was?
at least she doesn't have like dreadful piano music behind her. This is actually rather soothing.
speaking of
Yeah, every time Dr. Howell showed up, we're like,
Come
"Come on!"
on.
Like,
speaking of smudges on gems, you don't mind me asking another question? How long you been working with Barry?
Barry? Well, they sort of like look to each other, and Barry just shrugs. A relatively recent addition to my... Sorry, I'm hiccuping. Relatively
very salt-
recent addition to my... network.
Recent, huh? Position of power already? Must be pretty trustworthy, right?
I mean, we didn't we?
Well, you best take care of yourself. And he'll just give her a knowing look.
She eyes. She gives like a side glance at Barry, who is just like staring at you like, what are you doing?
It's like, why is he being so weird? First he was polite, now this.
Well, now he knows about what he did to Louise. Well, there's nothing else. Suppose I should get Apex back to some manner of resting.
I'm fine.
You took a... I've been shot before too, Apex. I've never been shot in the gut. You need some sleep.
I've seen him wrestle things that would go ahead and cause your blood to go ahead and turn to different forms of matter.
That's great. You should still probably get some sleep.
I'm not sleeping.
Yeah. Alvin just shrugs. I'd try to give you an out, Apex. I'm sorry.
Come on, Apex, he is the doctor among us now.
It is true.
And we
Yes,
apparently got a bit of a party tomorrow.
Do try and get some deserved rest. You did well today.
Apex turns and heads out the door.
The will follow.
Yep. You all leave the presidential suite. The last
'Cause,
image before those double doors close is Delilah and Barry just sort of looking at each other.
Oh, okay. I was going to ask if he followed us, but yeah.
And if you would like now to get some rest, or if you'd like to have another scene, now is the time for it.
Just a quick scene with everybody as we're kind of walking back.
Yeah.
So, say we get your people out. What's the plan after that?
There's a few things personally with me, but I think they'll find us before they go ahead and we find them.
Sure, but I imagine you want to get them out of this place and towards some sort of safe haven?
Oh, you mean Big O and Toby, huh?
He'll nod.
Well, Big O, I'd like to go ahead and get back to Riverside. He put most of this behind his ass, but Toby was from here beforehand. He's got the radio tower and everything.
And I still got some above game. It's been a while, Connor. I'm trying to remember. Did Barry back when offer to like give information about the part he took after we were done with the shit? I'm trying to remember.
Barry gave you, essentially, he said if you don't try to come after him or kill him anymore, if you basically give up on trying to hunt him, he's willing to tell you essentially what he knows about the goings on in the Wasteland. He just gave you like several things like Johann, the Brotherhood of Steel, several other things as sort of examples.
But not the door part location, as I recall.
I mean, if you want to ask him that, he would know. Absolutely.
Well, yeah, that's important. Besides, like whether or not decisions to be made.
He's basically giving you free reign to ask him whatever you want. He may know stuff, he may not know stuff, but he is very well connected, very knowledgeable. Yeah.
Yeah, I got more questions for Barry that he probably, if he's not lying like he usually does, he will give me some answers, but beyond that, I'm not sure.
I talked to Alvin about this. I need to see Johann again before things get crazy.
Well, do you need company with that?
Well, that is our ultimate goal after all this side stuff, as it were.
Well, let's say Apex. I'm certainly had my issues with the Brotherhood as well, but couldn't help but notice you seemed nervous when I brought it up.
The Brotherhood, there's tension within my family. They, as an organization, they seek control. More control than they should have. Control over who gets access to what technologies. Control over who does what with what land.
I mean, isn't that everybody?
But if they were in full force, they'd have the infrastructure to do it in a way that's difficult to counter.
Well, what about your brother?
He fights with them because of my uncle. I don't know if his way is correct or not. But I have issues with anyone who claims that they should control the will of another.
That's fair. Suppose I share that ideal with you, but power exists. It's up to us to figure out who's going to use it and for what. There's a chance that you and yours have sway over the Brotherhood, at least in some part. Like you said, they got the infrastructure. Maybe we can actually do some good for the Wasteland for once.
She seemed to show an interest in the White Razors as well.
The first thing they'd do, they'd clamp down around the Arch.
Yeah, they'd have the archers to contend with, and to be fair, I think they're
full force. They'd be able to slaughter them.
Maybe. I don't know. I feel like there's something still up their sleeve.
The last thing this place needs is more bloodshed between tribes.
Oh, true.
Of that, I can agree.
I can work more readily with the archers, but I still get this feeling they're the opposite side of the same coin as the Brotherhood in some ways, if that makes sense.
No, I think it does.
Nothing's ever not messy, is it?
It's all about adjustments.
Well, as I said, let's get Big O and Toby out of the frying pan, first and foremost.
I'd appreciate that.
Reaches over and ruffles his hair, as best as she can, since she's like, you're way taller. She's like, me.
Well, thanks for that.
If you don't mind.
You're making me mighty nervous.
If you don't mind, Apex. I'd like to know about this Johann of yours.
He's a super mutant.
Yeah, he don't know about Johann. That's right.
Theo will look audibly a little shaken at the super mutant part.
Louise gets that far off, sort of war-torn stare in her eyes. All around me are familiar faces.
What they seem to call an overlord. But more than that, he has some type of psychic ability.
What the hell?
He can control other super mutants.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's like something out of one of Apex's comic books.
And he
I
can,
felt it myself. It's like
your brain being on fire, boiling in oil.
he snaps his finger and points at Apex. Yeah, that exactly.
I actually haven't felt it myself, but to be fair, the first time he apparently did it, I was unconscious, and the second time I was, grimaces, tweaked off my brain on turbo.
Wonder how he does it.
Ain't that the million cap question?
He was experimented on.
Yeah,
With
back at the
FEV.
arena.
He may have had abilities when he was young as well.
FEV.
They experimented on him at the arena. Some method to try to expand life. Trying to create a superhuman. Somebody who could live forever if what Don Slick's files said is true. And what? Not files, but it's kind of like what he implied when he was talking to me, I think.
Right. Shit. Well, let's say anyone you've seen get affected by this mind control ability.
He only seems to be able to control super mutants, but when it flares up and it unleashes, I don't think he has full control over what it does. The first time when he escaped the arena.
FEV related. Something with the mind.
Well, FEV is what created super mutants from what I understand.
I've heard rumors of that, yeah, but I've got a few ideas cooking up. It's going to take me a few minutes to parse it down, but yeah, well,
they had some sort of Faraday mesh built around him to try to counteract his abilities. I still have pieces of that. I haven't found a way to implement it into my uniform.
On the Faraday cage, it worked?
For a time, it would seem.
Well, that does lead to some of my suspicions then. I'll get something working up.
Wait, you can make sense of that stuff?
Oh, I mean, inside a T-51B, a lot of times is asbestos or lead, other kind of things to help block out radiation.
Oh shit! I didn't even go ahead and draw 2 and 2. Yeah, you know about all that power armor stuff.
Believe it or not, before my last
about that too, T-51.
Yeah. Believe it or not, before my job out here, I was tasked to carry and repair and maintain T-51B, but
Oh, no shit! Ooh, Alvin actually slaps his knee.
was there a problem?
No
over
problem.
At over at Riverside, I'm building that. I know everything about it. Me and Wildman trying to go ahead and get the damn thing running. We got all the cybernetics and whatnot hooked up through it. We just can't get the son of a bitch going.
You're
maybe
building it?
Then maybe we should
leans over to Theo and just go ahead.
Maybe we should head there after this.
Kind of just leans over to Theo and grins. Sorry, go ahead.
Once we have that, maybe we can approach the super mutants.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, Alvin will, like, grab your hand, Theo, and shake it. I swear, like, sure as rad toad shit. If you can go ahead and take a look at that thing, we might get that thing running. That can give us a hell of an edge over what we got to face down there. And if you can make sense of any of the stuff that I sketched down about what we found over in Johan's lab, he will hand you the notes about the brain cage and whatnot. If you can make sense about any of this shit, that would help us out too, I'll tell you.
I guess I didn't realize how... You're building this from scratch?
Well, the Faraday cage is what I just took a sketch of.
Sure, but I'm at the power armor.
Yeah, no, I went to various buildings, going ahead and we went down to one of the steel factories to grab some damn good steel to go ahead and manufacture the piece of armor. Bossman and I went ahead and tried to manufacture T-51 armor, so it's not exactly the standard, but like it mounts good. I went down to Vault Town with Apex and Louise and Cynthia, and I read everything that Vault Town had about power armor and all the Vault Tech knowings about it. And
Theo's,
I know Vault Tech knowing and Brotherhood knowing are two different things, but
Theo's gonna try and like give a grin of like, yeah, like that's awesome. But Theo's also gonna look towards Apex, really concerned.
Apex just walking forward towards our room.
Louise kind of leans over and mutters under her breath to Theo. And now you're his friend for life. He about to pick your brain like a fucking mute fruit when someone's starving.
Oh, I'm all too happy to help, but Apex, does your brother know about this?
Sorry, I cut out there. Does he know about what?
About Alvin and the power armor.
Unclear. I don't remember if Alvin had picked his brain yet or not. Every time I met up with my brother, it felt like there were more pressing concerns.
Yeah, it certainly sounds like him, but... All right, yeah. Alvin, I'll be happy to help, of course.
Hey, no trouble at all. I appreciate it. He slings an arm around Louise. Think about it. Red hand power armor. That thing's gonna be just smooth as... That thing's gonna be smooth as shit. That thing's gonna run like a rad stag over the hills.
Yeah. Man, you're never gonna get sleep now, are you?
No, probably not. But like, my head's full of ideas.
Dave's gonna head back to the room with Apex.
I guess we all go.
Yeah, you head back to your room. Is this where your conversation is going to come to a close, or?
I think Theo will kind of will try to nudge Apex aside to kind of look at the wounds and see how it's healing. If Apex would oblige.
Yeah. Effectively, I'm at full health, but the wound is still fresh.
Theo's kind of just piecing together, kind of pressing to make sure that it's bruising up properly. Yeah, like I said, I've been shot before, but never there. Can't even imagine.
It wasn't fun.
I
I don't recommend it.
I hope to take your word for it.
You should.
I got to admit something to you, Apex. I think one of the reasons I get along with your brother so much is aside from him, literally saving my life more than one occasion. So we don't always agree with what the Brotherhood stands for or what their actions might be. A lot of the elders, they either don't know or forgot what it's like out here for most folk.
And then you understand where I'm coming from.
I think I do.
There might be a time when their presence would be a good thing. But right now, it would be too much of a mess. They might be able to restore order, but the cost would be too great for the people that already live here.
They might not have a choice if something worse comes along the way, though.
Then we'll make sure that doesn't happen.
He'll kind of look towards you like, hell yeah, that makes sense. Well, the reason I bring all this up, besides to try to understand your view on all the Brotherhood stuff, is there are going to be a lot of elders, people related to kind of the older ways of the Brotherhood, who are going to see what Alvin is doing with power armor and what little I saw at the mechanic shop, even within Riverside, and they may see it as a threat.
Then they'll need to learn to negotiate.
I've seen a lot of stuff around this our little neck of the woods of the Wasteland. I don't think I've ever seen anyone operate so quickly and so cleanly for the betterment of just folk than you runaways. Push comes to shove.
Go ahead.
Push comes to shove. I want you to know I don't think I'll just fold with the Brotherhood.
Of course not. And I look at you. You're one of us now. And I lay down.
Dale will just kind of reflect on that for a moment. Kind of take a breath. Look at his next dose of Med-X and just... Instead of taking it, we'll lay down as well.
And Apex rests.
And we all go to bed, I guess?
Yeah. It's...
Alvin, blanket! Just like beckons fingers and is like, no, you throw yourself on me. That's the blanket.
Ah, I see.
He's a wump. Ah, straight! Ah!
I see.
It's like a weighted blanket. It's
Horizontal.
perfect. It's like planking on top of each other.
Planking. The latest sensation that's sweeping the wasteland.
It's like a Gary's mod, like someone just like using the gravity gun, just slapping two models together.
Ow, 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 ow.
Through the sounds of models clipping through each other, the sun eventually rises. And as an overcast rain begins to roll through Westport, adding a dreary accent onto an already bleak day. This is where we're going to take a break.
Break time.
I go to the bathroom.
All right, everybody, drink your water, stretch your... Or wait, no,
legs.
stretch your...
Drink
wait,
your
no,
legs, stretch your
I
water.
said it right by accident.
Oh no! Now
You
I gotta
didn't
hit
do the
you
funny.
with the. You didn't do the funny. Now I gotta hit you with the taser. Oh man.
Time to get the cattle prod.
Zan, hold him down.
Just don't aim for his beard.
Yeah,
It's true.
I would never. I would.
That actually triggers my enrage. It's like shooting the hat off of Mr. X.
Wait, no, I'm not gonna be right back. I have a question about that. Your rage is you just say Dakuba and just punch through the Dakuba. All right, now I'll be right back.
Hello, everybody.
Christ alive.
With the beard oils, I'll go up like a torch. Yeah. Smell amazing, but wait, I actually don't know if it's flammable. Probably not.
Everything's flammable eventually.
Damn. Well, welcome to the halftime show, folks. It's not really much of a show. I don't really read off bits during it, but welcome, regardless. Hope you're all having a fantastic time with this episode of Gateway.
We're having a good Women's Day.
Women's Day.
Say, Connor, you like women?
You could say that.
Damn. Name every woman.
Let me pull up my list. Damn, there are a lot of subcategories on Wikipedia. Can I just say Laura and then call it good?
That's a good chunk of the population.
I know a few Lauras. This is nice. This is easy listening. This is Long Stroll by Kevin MacLeod. Well, I'm going to go grab myself a little sody pop, and I will be right back. Xehanort, wait. Oh yeah? You like Kingdom Hearts? Name 3 characters. Xehanort. Okay, that was my fault. I set the bar too low.
I'm back.
Welcome back. How was your delicious sandwich, Sarah?
Yeah, how was your delicious sandwich? The American people gotta know.
This is Subway. What do you get? What you get? 'Twas toasted and Subway-y.
Am I weird for thinking that this music track sounds a lot like something out of Mother 3?
It's a little like that.
Hmm.
I can see it.
God, I love Mother 3. Lucas's no good, very bad day.
Synthesizers.
I love synthesizers. I still want to learn how to play a guitar.
Theremin is on my list.
Oh, theremins look awesome. I want to play a theremin too.
Is a theremin an instrument?
Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
There is absolutely a skill to playing the theremin.
He's a funny little guy.
He's just a funny little guy.
I want to learn to
shit
play the dulce.
It
Okay.
just looks like a Focusrite almost. Just a little block of a thingy.
I want to learn to play the dulcimer.
Hey.
Or the hurdy-gurdy.
The hurt is
Hurdy-gurdy is such a fun thing to call something. I've always just been enthralled by it.
I remember when, like way back when Jump Force came out, the one where you can actually like build your character.
Yeah.
We decided to like make like an amalgamation of all the animes, and I was like, okay, so they need a name pun from Dragon Ball Z. He's a Saiyan from One Piece. His name is Hurdy D Gurdy.
Ah, yes.
I love that, actually.
My One Piece OC, Donkey D Poopy.
How dare you say that to me?
That man killed my dad.
Hate it when that happens.
Don't we all?
Hey, all right. Are we all back?
Just flips open just a snap lighter. Just dad's dead, huh? Ah, that sucks.
So your
yeah,
dad
I'm
died.
back.
I think we are all back.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I was replying to a message. All right. I'm ready to get back into it if y'all are.
Oh, hi.
Hello.
Let's do it.
Suppose.
Oh. Never mind. I might have borked something.
Oh, Nature Lemon says it sounds like something out of the Barn 4 said in Mother 2. There you are, a man of class, Nature Lemon. I see you. I see you.
All right. Let me just get a good. There we go.
Apparently, jalapeno peppers grow as normal in Fallout.
Well,
They
nothing
survived.
can truly stop
They-
the jalapeno pepper.
They're actually an incredibly resilient crop, up there with like sunchokes and potatoes.
They are in Fallout New Vegas.
So crunchy.
The jalapenos.
Jalapingus.
Fingers.
The hallowed Pengu.
The hallowed Pingu, indeed.
Newt.
Okay.
Newt, he whispers.
I love the Pengu version of the thing. It's so good.
You gotta show me that.
You haven't seen it?
No.
Oh, I'll just get the YouTube clip. You can look at it later. It's pretty short.
It's all rainy now.
It is.
Apex would get up before the sun would rise just to do some simple calisthenics with minimal abdominal use.
As the sun crests over the horizon, the morning sky is tinted red. As rain pours down on an already dreary ceremony. You all wake up in your hotel room to the sound of bells tolling. Almost mockingly from the speakers of Westport Plaza.
On an idea, Louise will sort of sit up in bed and tune her Pit-Boy to what do they call the radio station here?
It was just called Gateway Radio.
Yeah, she's gonna put it on.
You turn it on and you hear... it's a sound that you've probably never heard before. It sounds like a large instrument, or like something like a bullet ricocheting off of a tin pan or something, but more melodic, more haunting than that. More purposeful. You hear faintly crackling over the din of the bells.
Please report to Town Square for an event held by Mayor Deuce.
Guess it's showtime.
Bastion throws on some common clothes, keeping his Apex gear on him. Ready to equip should he need it. Something with a hood, preferably.
Yeah. Theo will put on his Brotherhood arraignment, but then put the tactical comfy poncho over all that. Put the hood up.
Louise starts to put on something common, then she stops and she sort of knocks the hard part of her palm against her head and sort of like, what the fuck am I doing? And she's like, I'm fucking getting on my Chinese shit. Hang on.
Alvin's in his speed suit, holding his welding mask and looking toward the town square.
You look towards the town square and you see people gathered around a stage, dressed warmly, with these strange sort of bits of fabric attached to long poles that some of them seem to be holding. It's been a while since you've all probably seen one intact, but several of them seem to be using umbrellas.
Wasteland umbrellas.
Yeah, some of them aren't great, but they do the job.
Oh, wait a minute. Can I use the stealth armor in the rain? I mean...
Just put a poncho on. You're fine.
I don't know if I have a poncho. Do I have a poncho? Do I have a poncho?
Who doesn't have a poncho?
above game, you don't have to worry about this Chinese stealth armor getting damaged by the rain, but it might make sneaking a little bit more difficult because they'll just see like raindrops
that was
hitting
my
a
question.
shaped
They're just gonna-
hole in the rain.
Yeah,
We've
they're just
all
gonna
seen
see
that movie.
We've
You're just
seen
gonna
Metal
see-
Gear Solid 2's
Yeah,
opening.
right? Like, that's what I mean. It's like the rain's just gonna show me up.
Oh, come on.
Colonel.
Do you make your way to the town square?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna put it on anyway, but I just want to activate it. It's fine.
Alvin mounts his power fist to his tool belt.
I have all of my gear on minus the helmet and Deathclaw gauntlet under some fairly baggy common clothes.
Theo's going to keep the laser rifle on a sling, kind of underneath the poncho, but a little more at the ready, just in case.
Might as well get this done. Oh my gosh, I hope this pans out the way I think it does. He'll slap down the mask of his welding. He'll slap down his the visor of his welding mask and make his way outside.
Can I put on the stealth armor under pre-war business wear?
I'm sorry, but if you're wearing the stealth armor, that's what you're wearing.
I mean, it's gonna make me obvious, though. She said not to be obvious. It's gonna be. Is it obvious?
Oh yes. If it's not activated, it's very obvious. It's like a big full body latex suit with this gigantic bright orange dome over your head. You would be very noticeable.
Damn it! Can't I just be a colorful character? Fine.
Can't I just be a funny little guy?
I'm just expressing myself. Fine.
Just quirked up mil-spec armor. It's fine.
Fine. I'll just.
You could pull a thing and wear like a huge overcoat and a fedora.
Yeah, just a big old trench coat.
Grab the bed sheet and I fasten myself a little like Greek style robe.
You're wearing a toga over it.
No, it's stupid.
That might go counterintuitive to your not getting noticed.
No, I'm just gonna put on the nice synth armor that Alvin gave me, and I'll wear my normal stuff. It's fine.
I'm sorry you can't wear the highly technological
Why did it have to
100-year-old
rain
Chinese
today?
stealth armor.
Why did it have to rain today? I was gonna be so cool. I was gonna be like, I'm in stealth mode because she told us not to be incognito.
It's a terrible day for rain.
It's true.
So true.
Yeah. Gotta, get my mini Maccaster loaded. Got my new funny little laser thingy. Yes. Okay, let's go.
All right. You exit the Pondside Hotel and begin making your way to the large group of people in the middle of town, gathered around this elevated stage. Rain beginning to pour even more heavily than before. It's not like beating down on you, but it's definitely like people are starting to get like wet and cold. Mayor Deuce stands on the stage, flanked by members of the family holding umbrellas in one hand and machine guns in the other. Knelt before him, somehow still towering over Deuce, is a battered, bloody Oland Carpenter. His bloody tank top.
Sorry, I'm just like in terms of positioning, I'm gonna try to make my way to kind of like a flank of the stage.
Okay. It's sort of like what's the shape you could use to describe it? It's like a rectangle with half a circle in front of it.
I get that.
Yeah, that's
so
sort of what
like,
we're dealing.
I kind of make my way to like the side view line, essentially,
Sure.
so that they don't have like a direct line if I have to make a dash,
Sure, yeah, easily enough you manage to sidle up to the side of the stage and get a good view that way. Big O's bloody tank top is staining even further with the rain, sort of beginning to mix his own blood with the white cotton of his tank top. Deuce speaks up and addresses the crowd. Citizens of Westport, I thank you all for joining your mayor this morning for a bit of unpleasant business. This man, Oland Carpenter, does not stand accused of anything. Because you, the good people of this town, saw what he did. Bringing a gang of armed hooligans with seditious intent, trying to take what rightfully belongs to you. I, for one, will not stand for it. And though it pains me, as Oland was once a good friend of mine, I must be willing to set an example for the people who are under my care. He grins wolfishly as he reaches underneath his arm, drawing an engraved revolver from it and pointing it squarely at Big O's head.
Apex would not let it get this far. He'd make a dash.
You feel a hand on your shoulder as you start to move.
I looked for a moment, but I don't know that if like somebody holds a gun, like this is the part we're trying to stop.
You turn around for a moment and you see Delilah.
That might give him like a moment of pause, but unless something happens before he turns back.
Just hold on. The fun is about to begin.
You notice that she's wearing all black for this occasion.
Just in case.
Neither of those things would assuage the apex, by the way.
Theo's gonna take like a position on his knee, and still underneath his poncho, kind of click on the battery to the laser rifle, just in case he has to try and take a last second shot.
Yeah, Louise has got her laser pistol kind of out of sight, but like she's got her hand on it, ready to go.
Alvin's shoulders are very tense as he'll actually just like grab Louise's hand and just look down at her with the mask on, just like, I'm gonna cause an incident.
Can Louise
think about what last night was for?
If he dies, you're next.
Fine, but just stay still.
I stay still.
Before you do, to Alvin, she'll say, "If you tell me to shoot, I'll shoot. Let's see if we can give Delilah's plan, whatever's going to happen."
All right.
During this, Deuce continued addressing the crowd.
If I am to be the righteous defender of this town and its people, I must be willing to do what is necessary to protect it. But I am not a cruel man. If anyone has words in this man's defense, I will hear you now. But if not,
The punctuating sound of the revolver's hammer being cocked back echoes throughout the crowd, and you hear a gasp. He turns and mutters something that only Oland can hear, prompting an angry growl from the larger man. Before Delilah, you feel Apex steps around you and forward. People looking up, recognizing her and beginning to part the way for her. I object to this, Delilah says, prompting shocked gasps from the rest of the crowd, which parts around the former mayor.
Ah, the lovely Miss Woods. Though I understand that your sudden departure as mayor may have stung, I am shocked that you at least didn't have the grace to show up at my inauguration party and congratulate me for picking up your slack. So you have words in this man's defense?
Delilah's eyes flash with frosty rage behind her sunglasses, while she kept that winning smile plastered on her face. Not quite. I object to you. Deuce lets out a chuckle at that.
Delilah. Can I call you Delilah? I hardly think that now is the time to be a sore loser. After all, I'm not the one who's on trial here.
And then you all hear the bells, the sonorous sound of ringing, stop all at once. Everyone looks around, confused. Before a familiar voice crackles over the radio waves. Is that so? Well, Deucey, that's about to change real quick here. You hear in a ragged, familiar voice, Hello, St. Louis, and welcome back to Gateway Radio. I'm your host, as always, Toby Blunt, coming to you live from Westport Plaza.
It is a suitably dreary day in the wasteland, but clear skies are on the horizon, for most of us, at least. And here to provide some testimony for Mayor DeMarco is none other than the man himself. And Alvin, actually, no, it would be just Alvin and, yeah, just Alvin, actually. You hear the very familiar words crackling over the loudspeaker as you hear everything you recorded Deuce saying, playing in repeat over and over again. Everything you recorded. The stuff about changing the law, about emergency elections. The stuff about removing the slaves' rights. How he manipulated the family into getting what he wants and stealing all of their money. Everything that you recorded, playing on repeat over and over. Deuce looks up at the speakers and then back towards the gathered crowd with dawning horror on his face.
I want to throw a deviled egg at him.
Where'd you even get
Go
that?
ahead and
I
make
have
a body
so
roll.
many deviled eggs!
Oh God, that's right.
Hiya! 10!
Fringe. Remember the remake of Resident Evil 4?
Yeah.
It's just that.
Yeah, I beam him on the side of the face with a deviled egg.
Boo!
As Deuce raises his hands to the crowd in supplication. Now, folks, I admit, out of context, this sounds bad. And cracking him in the side of the face is this deviled egg that's sort of like rehydrating due to the rain mid-air, just sort of like sticks and slowly slides down the side of his face. Who threw a deviled egg at me?
Boo! This man sucks!
Boo this
You
man!
say boo, and the crowd begins to, like, roar. With, like, what is it? What are you saying? What is it? And he stammers and, like, tries to regain control of the crowd.
I'm gonna start.
Listen,
I'm gonna
people.
start handing out rotting mute fruits that I have.
For just such an occasion.
Finally, you throw
You
these
slip
deviled
through the
eggs.
crowd and begin doling out this rotten mute fruit to
Yeah, I'm doing this
random
as I'm
members of the
making my way.
crowd.
I'm doing this as I'm making my way closer to the stage. Just like I want to see if he makes a bolt for it. I'm gonna fucking catch him.
Deuce,
Oh no, I'm right
is,
behind
like,
you.
Deuce is like dodging to like mute fruit, and like he gets like hit in the chest by one, and he just like rubs it off.
I had a dozen, by the way.
I am only ever thinking of the benefit of the people that I watch over. As the crowd continues to erupt into noise and boos and calls for blood, vitriol spewing forth so much that Deuce has to take a step back on his elevated stage. Two members of the family that were flanking him drop their umbrellas and raise their machine guns to the crowd. Immediately,
I'm going to beam. Oh, sorry.
Immediately, all sound ceases. And enraged, Deuce shouts, "You people elected me! I control the family now! I control Westport! I have the guns! I have the caps! I have the connections! You all chose me to make the decisions, and so now I'm making a decision! Anyone who doesn't like that? Tough! Now," he raises his revolver to the crowd, just sort of waving it wildly. "Does anyone feel like making a bad decision?" And Delilah, sort of like taps you on your foot with the back of her heel apex. "That's your cue."
Louise
I-
raises her
I-
laser pistol to shoot
was
the gun
my
out of
cue.
Deuce. Oh, I'm sorry. I wanted to shoot the gun out of Deuce's hand before you moved, so you would have a clear go.
I'm going to move, but I'm going to hurl a can of pork and beans square at his head as I am running.
That is so much better than what I was going to plan. I'm so sorry for interrupting you.
Our rations.
Never underestimate me.
Anticipate the beans, Sarah. Come on.
Always anticipate my can of beans!
I didn't see the grandeur. I didn't see the beauty of the plan. I'm sorry.
10 as I huck the full can of pork and beans at his head to either disorient him or completely knock his bitch ass out.
You launch the can of pork and beans. It goes hurtling majestically through the air, arcing beautifully right towards Deuce's head. You hear a dull thunk as the full casing of beans cracks into the side of his temple. It actually causes him to stagger for a moment.
And as he staggers and maybe looks towards where that came from, he sees as I'm donning the mask, charging right at him.
The very next thing he sees is you pulling the Brahmin skull over your head and breaking into a sprint.
I'm going to be behind him also doing a sprint, but I'm going to try to get Big O away from this this battle.
You escaped me once. But now I've got you.
Deuce, like, scrambling, trying to raise his revolver up to you, looks over to the two men flanking him and says, "Kill him, you idiot!"
Louise will take aim to shoot at one of the guys with the machine guns. With her laser pistol.
Before you do that, you hear another voice speak up through the crowd. Sorry, I'm trying to find my notes here.
That's what the voice says.
Stepping up onto the stage from behind the two men and placing a hand on both of their shoulders and sort of pushing them backwards. Both of them lower their Tommy guns as another familiar individual to you all gets onto the stage. One, Alessio Jr. Ascoli, the son of Don Slick.
Hey, I killed that guy's dad.
Dressed sharply in his family overcoat, resting on his shoulders, dripping with slightly irradiated water.
Show's over, Deuce.
And he raises a finger and snaps. And all at once, every single member of the family on the rooftops, on the stage, near the stage, all of them drop their weapons immediately. They don't, like, let their weapons fall to the ground. They just sort of lower them to resting positions.
Then as a free action, as he's looking around kind of stunned, can I just, like, spear him from screen left?
Absolutely.
Do you want me to roll for that, or is he basically done?
He's basically helpless at this point.
Roll for Habab.
Yeah, I come in, I spear him, and I just kind of like pin him to the ground, pin the arm that had the revolver down, and I just look him in the eyes.
Am I free to go ahead and just like, you know, just kind of just get close to Big O and then just like, you know, kind of just hook his arm around my shoulder?
Sure, yeah. You eventually you go up to the stage. Olin's hands are sort of cuffed behind his back with like police grade handcuffs.
That is no match for industrial shears in my tool belt.
Yeah, easily. You just pull out your shears and just cut the chain.
Hey, don't worry, buddy. I got you. I got you, pal.
One sec, Alvin.
All right, big guy.
Apex, you hear large, thudding footsteps creaking wood underneath the feet of Oland Carpenter, Big O, as he walks up behind you.
I glance over my shoulder at him, then back down at Deuce. I let Olin have his words.
Mind if I take over from here?
I grip onto Deuce's wrist until he loosens his grip on his gun. Tighter and tighter. If something breaks, it breaks.
He's holding onto that gun for dear life, and when you hear the crack of his wrist, it causes him to drop his gun, and with a more panic than pain in his face, realizes that he is now helpless.
As the gun drops to the ground, I let him go and I grab his gun. All yours.
It is a very nice engraved revolver.
That's money.
Mm-hmm.
I look over the intricacies of its design, but I leave I leave Deuce to Big O.
Oland, with a speed that is sort of scary to most people, probably not to you, Apex, since you're sort of the same way. For such a big guy to move so fast, it's certainly a sight, as his arm snaps down like a snake and wraps around Deuce's throat, lifting him easily into the air by his neck. You see his little legs kicking, trying desperately to get free of this grip. And you see another figure stepping onto the stage as Olin threatens to crush Deuce's windpipe before all of these people. A man in a brown trench coat and matching fedora walks onto the stage. And through the rain and the overcast darkness, you see that it is Barry. Deuce looks behind him, and a desperate smile, pleading almost, washes over his face. Oh, Bear, am I ever happy you're here, man? You gotta clear this whole mess up. You gotta tell everyone. Barry looks over the crowd and speaks. Everything the mayor said is true. The mayor that you all elected. Deuce lets out a long sigh of relief. Oh, thank you. His thanks are cut off prematurely, however. Yes, everything he said, everything you've heard was true. He was once a highly positioned member in the family. He did manipulate events to better suit his needs. He exploited your fears to elevate himself and planned to keep himself in the position for as long as he liked. And nobody would have been any the wiser. Horror, shock, anger, betrayal. Duke raises his voice. You dirty rat! Just whose side are you on?
Hello?
Yeah, sorry, I'm looking at my notes here, just trying to keep up with what's happening here.
Whose side is he on?
Whose side is he on?
He's crafting a story.
I have so many scratched out names.
Barry smirks at Deuce. The winning side, as per usual. He sputters and a little bit of blood trickles out of the side of his mouth. And finally, one more person comes to the stage. Dripping wet, no umbrella, soaked, matted, dirty blonde hair and a ponytail behind him is the man you know is Mikhail.
Ah, been a minute.
Olin.
Big O, not taking his eyes away from Deuce, continuing to tighten his grip. I think there's a way we can settle this.
Settle what? I'm about to settle it right now.
No. I think something more appropriate is due here. And pulling from his belt is a slave collar. Oland, catching his meaning, simply lets go of Deuce. He clatters to the ground, gasping. He tries his level best to crawl away with little success before the slave collar clamps around his neck and the blaring orange-red light on the front signals that it is armed. Oh, shit!
You have no idea how long I've been wanting to do that.
Delilah then makes her way to the stage. Sort of in front of everybody. In front of all of this. Deuce has been subdued. Oland is free. Toby is free. The crowd cheers, especially the slaves, as they clamp that slave collar around Deuce. Uproarious applause is met by this display.
Apex is like still standing on the stage and is now like feeling weird about being in front of adoration.
Oh no, praise.
It's a feeling you felt before. During your first initial big fight with the family.
Yeah.
Delilah speaks up. Citizens of Westport, I think this calls for yet another emergency election. Wouldn't you agree? The crowd sort of begins to murmur amongst themselves. I am obviously going to submit myself for this role. I've been the mayor of Westport for years now. Alessio steps forward. Junior, the son of Don Slick.
But you've shown that you have faults as a mayor. The people under you were never really free.
That's true, Mikhail says, flanking her as well. You never fought for the people like I did.
And you can't bring in money like I can.
The three of them look between each other and turn simultaneously to the crowd. Well then, seems we have our candidates. And as the first ray of sunshine opens up through the overcast clouds rolling above you, as Westport, having solved one problem with the help of the runaways, now must deal with a different problem. Whether the runaways will aid in this endeavor, well, that will have to wait for next time on Gateway.
Woo!
Hey!
Yay!
I already know what I want to suggest.
Mayor Apex.
No.
Oh my god.
What? That is the
He's
like.
he's
that's
already
that's
mayor
the-
of the zoo.
Yeah,
My
that's
political aspirations.
That's the fourth movie that nobody talks about. Look,
Ooh.
Citizen Apex.
Ooh.
I just want Apex in like a $5 DLC skin, like mayor suit.
I'll pitch what I'm thinking to you, Connor, later, just to make sure that I'm not gonna throw anything off the rails like I did episode 1.
Sure. Listen. Rules are more like guidelines, really.
Oh, for sure. I just don't like catching the DM super off guard if they have all these plans.
Listen, I don't
Lanny.
expect anything.
Lanny, I'd vote for Apex.
I wouldn't, but you know what? That's not what we're talking about.
You need some responsibility. It'll be good for you.
Responsibilities.
Apex is way too impulsive.
There's a problem in the city. There's what? He just explodes the building.
Huh?
Oh.
How do we fix this pothole? Starts punching the pothole.
I do think that was the first time Apex has been in the spotlight doing what he was doing, though.
Yeah, you sort of did that in front of a crowd of people. But they loved
Many
it.
of
They were
whom
cheering.
many of whom I already helped in some way, shape, or form.
It's true, yeah. This is the big, like, culmination of a bunch of different storylines. Well, chat, it was a bit of a shorter episode due to a combination of scheduling and technical issues. But you know what? We managed to get through what I had planned, so
Yeah,
that's a win in my book.
I had a good time.
And next time, we have an election.
Woo.
Oh God.
Those historically go very well in America.
It's true.
True.
Hmm.
But for
Just
now,
don't let Deuce run again. He might accidentally win because people keep splitting the fucking vote.
he just gets up onto the podium. Mulligan?
He's on the ground. He just
Look,
kicks up
the
onto his
previous
feet.
administration left us with a mess. Who could it have been? I don't know.
Let's just chuck. That was okay.
Of million caps.
All right, citizens. That was the practice round.
That was a warm up.
That was the warm up.
I'm just getting started. Hear me out. We blow up one random caller every day. You never know what's gonna be. It's like a lottery.
Isn't that fun?
We're gonna build a gate. Make the Chicagoans pay for it.
Two very large men start rapidly shoving deviled eggs down this man's gullet to shut him up.
I was going to break the other side of his collarbone before Big O stepped in just to even him out, but
Give him a masher.
How would Apex feel about electing a dog for mayor?
oh, absolutely.
Let's
Oh my
go.
God.
Dog mayor.
Dog
Rad
meat,
dog.
new mayor of Westport. Yes. What's your taxation policy?
He's got my vote.
He's the best mayor ever.
Look, I love Alan Wake too because you get to pet the mayor.
I know.
Dude, it's so great.
Mayor Setter. He's a good boy.
Mayor Setter's a great man.
All hail President Dog. Well, that was awesome.
Commander-in-Chief.
Hope you all had fun. Hope you had fun watching and listening, chat. But for now, we're going to go ahead and get on out of here. So let's go around the horn and introduce ourselves, starting with Fringe Type.
Hello, how you doing? It's me, Fringe Type. How y'all doing? You can go ahead and find me at twitch.tv/Fringe Type. I stream, changing the schedule around. I'm going to start streaming in the next couple of weeks on Thursday through Sunday. I stream horror games, retro games, RPGs, all kinds of old games. You can go ahead and find me on there. I changed the schedule because I work a job at a warehouse. Work at 5 in the morning. It's a big fun job. You can go ahead and also find, I'm also a writer, so you can also hear me talk about various projects that I've worked on. Just finished the second draft of my horror RPG. That's a lot of fun times. I like talking about that on Thursdays. You can also go ahead and I'm doing art as well for it. So I might actually start doing art streams in the near future if that's something you want to go ahead and say. If you just want to hear Pop tell his dum-dum stories, you can go ahead and find me on twitch.tv/fringe type. And that's me. I think we'll see.
Yes.
That's me.
That's Fringe. Up next is Lanny Pator.
Well, that's me. I'm working on a lot of stuff right now, acting in a lot of thingies, most of which I can't really talk about, but stay tuned and I will be able to sooner or later. Meanwhile, in my spare time, I do like to stream over here. I like unwinding at the end of the day with maybe a little bit of Marvel Rivals, maybe a little bit of Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, maybe whatever the hell strikes my fancy. So pop on by if you want to hang out and just chill and vibe with me. Other than that, stay tuned, and if you enjoy what I do, I greatly appreciate it. If you don't, well, you know, I'll seek to get better.
Them's the
There's the door.
Well, then don't, okay?
If you don't like me, then you might have better taste than I expect. Nah, I'm kidding. Anyway,
Right. Up next, we got Sarah. Where can they find you? What are you up to?
I'm on Blue Sky and YouTube as Sarah with an H and with an E. Willia. Coming again to stream with Fringe type, Fribbit,
That's
Pringle.
Fringe
On
Fringle.
Thursday. Here's your Pringles, Mr. Fringle.
You know goddamn well where they are.
And we'll be back next weekend with the Baldur's Gate. Because Minsk is in the party now. God,
Go for the eyes.
Stinking Ambo.
I mean, he's in the camp anyway. That's the one
I'm
thing
still-
about playing multiplayer. That's the one thing about playing multiplayer Baldur's Gate. You don't really get like the NPCs just kind of exist.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and I've got my event in Big Springs, Texas tomorrow for a little bit more signing. You can find out where on. I retweeted it on Blue. I'm very tired. That's me.
Fair enough. Xanalus Grim, where can they find you? What are you up to?
Hey, that's me. You can catch me over on Burnout Vaughn's channel tomorrow at around 2 p.m. PST for some more Those Who Wander. We've got a pretty big character session coming up, so if you like character work, that'll be there for you. And then Tuesday over twitch.tv/Distortion Devil at 1 p.m. PST. We're going to continue. We're not going to continue our Bucket Even Ruin. Never mind, I lied.
Not this week. Not this week.
I'm going to be in the process of moving, so my normal stream schedule is going to be pretty much off until April. So, but that's me.
Right on. Hope the move goes smooth.
Me too.
Mm-hmm.
As for me, they can find me on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Tumblr, Blue Sky at Distortion Devil, Instagram at Connor McKinley VA that I don't use, and also you can find all my TTRPG content, including VODs and videos, essays, other stuff, over youtube.com/Devils and Dice Rolls and patreon.com/Devils and Dice Rolls. If you feel like supporting and maybe gaining some funny little benefits. But yes, I'm currently planning a video about playing characters that are outside of your comfort zone, and I'm hoping you enjoy it. Tuesday will not be Eve of Ruin. Mark is doing a thing. So instead, I'm going to get on VR chat and just do a little Q&A thing, I think. I might just answer some Qs. Probably pertaining to TTRPG stuff. Might turn that into a video or something. Who knows? But yeah, that's basically all I got planned for right now. This episode of Gateway was brought to you in part by Die Hard Dice.
Dice!
Die Hard Dice. It's your one-stop shop for dice and dice accessories, and if you head on over to dieharddice.com, you can use the code Unexpectables to save 10% on your order. As well, check out our merch store. We've got all sorts of fantastic merch on there, including some Gateway stuff. So if you want to grab a funny little comic book cover with all of your favorite runaways on it, sans Theo, because she wasn't in the campaign when I made the design. Then head on over to our spring store. And as always, we couldn't do this week in, week out without bits and subs from viewers like you. Viewers such as Draken King, thank you for the 6 months. Sorry I'm late, I'm doing my taxes. Damn, if that just isn't the phrase of the day. Kale Ward, thank you for the 32 months. 1 million years Gateway. Mr. Snacks, thank you for the 45 months. Halo Man Gaming, thank you for the 6 months. Mr. Insecure, thank you for the 100 bits. Apex pulls the mask on and suddenly Razormind from Payday 2 starts playing over the speakers. Incredible. They're going loud. And Zinlita, thank you for the 100 bits. Citizens, I'd like to declare my previous actions as kayfabe. I swear I am a face now.
No.
And with that...
Nah. I'm
Your
good.
Honor, it was kayfabe.
Your Honor, I was in character.
It was a joke.
Your Honor, shut the fuck up. You weren't there.
All right. Well, with that, we should see who we can go ahead and raid.
Guess it's that time.
It's lovely Saturday evening. All the stars are out tonight
Looks
doing
like Bosco's
mostly.
on.
Ah, yes, DeBosco. Not playing Monster Hunter though.
He's making stuff in WWE. The double double.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and raid Edward Bosco. There we go. All right. We will see you on Wednesday for more Unexpectables, and then right back here on Saturday for some Baldur's Gate.
Oh, hell yeah.
And then the week after that, barring unforeseen circumstance, another episode of Gateway.
Well, no, because we'll be at the
Right.
convention.
By the way, raid messages, look out for beans.
No, 22nd.
I can fuck up the calendar in my head. Oh, you're so
Today's the
right.
8th.
It's right. Yeah. My bad. You're good.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
are 100% right.
Right. The 22nd will be the last episode of Gateway before we go to Anime Detour. By the way, meet us at Anime Detour.
What damn?
Can't believe you guys got invited to that convention. That was my hometown convention forever, and I could barely get them to give me fucking panels.
Ooh.
Ooh.
What'd you do?
A bridge series, and they're very much they were, or at least they very much were an industry con at the time.
I see,
No,
I see.
I was making it just like, what'd you do to Anime Detour that they don't like you?
He just said, Bridge Series.
Oh,
Exactly.
Yeah, you just said.
Bye, everyone!
Look out for beans!